Welcome back. We're diving into a really fascinating stack of sources today. It's a synthesis of reflections based on what the source material calls Day 276, a day focused on, well, merging deep philosophy with, immediate practical application.
Yeah, it really is a kind of roadmap for daily living. And the interesting thing is, it all spins around this question we use so casually, right? What's the good word?
Right, like a simple greeting.
Exactly. But these sources, they strip that away. They turn it into something much deeper. It's really an invitation to embody wisdom, not just talk about it.
Okay.
So the mission, really, for you listening, is to pull out those actionable steps of things that help you shift from just, consuming knowledge to actually living it.
Got it. And the sources are pretty diverse. We've got Tolstoy thinking about ancient Indian proverbs.
All the way to Pericles, Andre Agassi. It's quite a mix.
It really is. But they all seem to land on the same starting point.
Yeah.
Agency. This idea that the first choice we make, maybe every morning, kind of defines our day.
And it revolves around what we're calling the geography of blame.
The geography of blame. Why do we do that? Why is that the instinct? Something goes wrong.
Yeah, meeting bombs, the project stalls.
And boom, we become, what did the source say? Archaeologists of error.
Yeah, digging through the past, just trying to find who's guilty, who to point the finger at.
It feels like we think finding the cause gives us control, maybe.
I think so. Like, explaining it fixes it, but, blame? It just drains so much energy.
It really does.
And this is where Henry Ford just cuts through all that noise so clearly. He says, don't find fault, find a remedy. Anybody can complain.
Simple as that.
Pretty much. Blame, he implies, it's the landscape of powerlessness. You're spending all your energy on history, on stuff you can't control anymore.
You're just commenting on the wreckage.
Exactly. You're a commentator, not a creator.
Whereas the remedy-focused mind, it just sort of skips that whole drama loop, doesn't it?
Totally. It's not about denying the mistake happened. It just refuses to get stuck on who did it.
It asks, okay, this happened. What can I actually do now?
And that pivot, that single question, it's everything. It shifts you instantly from feeling like a victim to having agency.
Right.
Think about it. You only have so much creative juice each day.
Yeah.
Every bit you spend complaining or justifying
is energy you can't use to build the solution.
Precisely. You got to guard that energy.
Okay, so let's say we manage that. We redirect from blame. We're focused on construction. Where do we invest that energy?
Well, that leads straight into the next big theme. This paradox of external wealth versus internal treasure.
Material trap.
Yeah, and this is where Schopenhauer comes in, via Tolstoy. He nails this core human problem. The more stuff we get, the more stuff we need, or think we need.
Oh, definitely. The classic hedonic treadmill, right.
Exactly. You hit that goal, you get the thing, and maybe for a minute you feel good.
Maybe.
And then, poof, the finish line just moves further away. The nice car needs a bigger garage.
The bigger house needs more cleaning, more insurance.
And suddenly finding a reasonable limit, like Schopenhauer says, becomes difficult if not impossible. You're just working to maintain the maintenance. It's exhausting.
It is. So what's the alternative the sources offer?
It's pretty radical, actually. It comes from an ancient Indian proverb. Acquire wealth that thieves cannot steal.
Okay.
Wealth that powerful people cannot take from you. And wealth that stays with you even after you die.
Wow. So not money or property, obviously.
Nope. It's your soul, your character, your knowledge, your patience. That internal stuff.
Your inner infrastructure.
That's a great way to put it. And that kind of wealth, it grows through cultivation, through effort, practice, reflection, not just by piling up more things.
And that connects to dealing with, say, poverty or financial limits.
Yeah.
The sources mention two paths.
Right. 2 ways not to suffer from poverty. Path 1, get more external wealth, which, isn't always in your control.
Often isn't. In path 2.
Limit your requirements, limit your desires, question what you actually need. And that choice, deciding you need less.
That's always in your power.
Always. If you realize you need less, bam, you're richer, instantly. It's about changing the currency you use to value your life, finding that freedom within constraint.
I like that. Freedom within constraint. Okay, so managing energy, managing resources, that leads us inside to managing the mind.
And Pericles gives us this really stark warning. He says, what I fear is not the enemy's strategy, but our own mistakes.
Oof. The biggest threats aren't out there, they're in here.
Exactly. Our own emotional reactions, our panic, our ego getting in the way.
So how do we fight that internal enemy?
Well, the sources point us towards nous, that ancient Greek idea of mind or intelligence, this force for order in the universe.
Something a bit abstract, maybe.
It could be, but they make it really concrete. They give us an embodiment, the goddess Athena.
Right. Goddess of wisdom, strategic warfare, born from Zeus's head, pure rationality.
Well, yes, but not just cold logic. The sources actually describe her as a form of nous that's eminently practical, feminine, and earthy.
Practical, feminine, earthy. Interesting. So not just a detached brainiac.
Not at all. Think of Athena as like your best operating system. The clear, calm one running underneath all the noisy apps of fear and anger and anxiety.
Okay.
She's that calm voice in a crisis, the clarity that shows up, but only after much thinking. The part of you that finds the perfect idea for victory and success. She's reason applied to chaos.
But if she's there, that calm voice, why is it so hard to hear her sometimes? Why do we default to panic or anger?
Because, as the sources put it, the mind is weighed down with emotions. When that quick, angry retort feels so right, or when panic seems like the only logical response, we just lose the bandwidth. We can't hear Athena's strategic advice through the noise.
As the instruction is.
Cultivate your inner Athena. Worship her, in a sense. Make clear, calm rationality your highest value, your guide. You have to consciously make space for that voice.
Okay, making space. How do we do that? Like, practically. This feels like where we shift from ideas to doing.
Exactly. It gets very grounded, very physical. It starts with the absolute fundamentals.
Like Chekali's point about children.
Precisely. If kids sleep properly, eat properly, and breathe properly, the rest of their training is scarcely worth talking of.
Huh. Fundamentals before flair. We want the fancy stuff before we've even mastered breathing right.
We really do. So nail the basics first. Sleep, food, breath. Foundational.
And once that foundation is maybe a little more solid, then what?
Then Andre Agassi steps in. If you don't practice, you don't deserve to win.
Ouch. No shortcuts.
None. This ties right back to agency, doesn't it? Real change doesn't just happen. It takes daily work, often unglamorous, repetitive work. Practice.
And that practice needs focus. William Osler's advice seems crucial here. We get so lost in tomorrow's worries or yesterday's regrets.
Yeah, Osler says, to do today's work well and not to bother about tomorrow is the secret of accomplishment.
Just focus on today, handle today well.
That's it. Excellence isn't built in the future, it's built today. One focused day after another. If you nail today, tomorrow usually sorts itself out.
And there's that quote that makes it so physical. The eyes feel the target, the hands feel club, the feet feel the ground.
Yes. That's Athena embodied, isn't it? Pure presence. You're not lost in your head worrying about the score or the outcome.
You're just here, doing the task, each part doing its job right now, grounded.
Fully grounded in direct experience. And to stay grounded, to keep hearing that clear voice, there's one more crucial, simple bit.
Let me guess.
Rest.
You got it. Rest. It's part of the program. We treat it like a luxury, or worse, like laziness.
But the sources say it's essential. Why? Specifically for rationality, for hearing Athena.
Because clarity needs perspective. It needs a bit of distance. When you're exhausted, you're just reactive. You're stuck in the immediate emotional wave.
Right. No space for strategy.
Exactly. Rest gives you that physiological space, that literal pause button. It lets the strategic mind step back, synthesize, calculate, instead of just flinching. Mistaking exhaustion for dedication is actually sacrificing your strategic edge.
That's a powerful reframe. And as you get better at this, the internal clarity, the presence, it changes your output too, right? Like with words. Definitely. Elizabeth Avito talks about how learning to believe in the power of your own words is the most freeing experience.
Because they come from a different place.
Yeah. When you speak from that grounded practice, that clear rationality, your words have weight. They have conviction. They're not just hot air or pure emotion.
Okay, so the internal work starts to ripple outward.
It has to. Once you're more stable inside, choosing remedy, valuing soul wealth, listening to Athena, it naturally changes how you interact with the world.
How does it change how we see others?
Well, the first shift is mindset, isn't it? Moving from thinking you know it all to being curious, believing that every neighbor can be your teacher.
Ah. When your own inner wealth feels secure, you don't need to prove anything. You can actually learn from anyone.
Yeah, you're open,
right,
regardless of their status or whatever, and that connects to performance, especially if you lead people.
The idea that treating someone as second class never gets you first class results.
So true. Disrespect just breeds resentment, maybe compliance on the surface, but underneath. Diminished effort, holding back.
You want the best work. You got to have genuine respect for the person doing it.
Absolutely. Which leads to the ultimate goal for interaction. from Robin S. Sharma.
The encourager idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Leave everyone you meet better than you found them. Be an encourager of potential versus a destroyer of confidence.
That's a high bar.
It is, but think about it. If you're not constantly seeking validation from others because your internal wealth is solid.
Then you're free to actually give encouragement. It doesn't cost you anything.
Exactly. You can give confidence away because your own supply isn't dependent on their approval.
That feels like acting from principle. Like Martin Luther King Jr.'s point, the time is always right to do what is right. Not rigidly, but choosing the action that aligns with that inner clarity.
It all comes together, really. Which
That-
brings us to this really profound synthesis from Martha Beck, the one that connects the inner discipline to everything else.
Ooh, the big one. How you do anything is how you do everything.
Yeah. That one always stops me in my tracks.
It's kind of terrifying,
Yeah.
right? No separate selves. You can't be sloppy in one area and expect to be excellent elsewhere.
It is unsettling, but also liberating. Because it means if you cultivate excellence, presence, care in one small thing, maybe just how you listen in a conversation.
That quality starts to spread. It bleeds into everything else you do.
Exactly. And John Wooden nails this connection between today's practice and tomorrow's reality with two quick insights.
The preparation one?
Yeah. First, when opportunity comes, it's too late to prepare.
Oof. Today's mindful breath, today's focused work, today's rest. That is the preparation.
That is tomorrow's performance. The wisdom has to be lived now, embodied now.
And his second insight, it loops back to the beginning, doesn't it? Agency over complaint.
Perfectly. Things turn out best for the people who make the best out of the way things turn out.
That's it. Resilient optimism. Refusing to be defined by the circumstances. Choosing creation over commentary. Finding the remedy, not the fault. Every single time.
So after all that, we circle back. What's the good word?
And the answer isn't just a word.
Not at all. It's not a noun, not a phrase. It's an active verb. It's lived wisdom.
It's making that daily choice, isn't it? Remedy over blame.
Soul wealth over endless consumption.
Athena's clarity over emotional static.
Dedication to today's practice, including the rest.
Yeah, and the sources seem to insist this wisdom isn't some hidden secret treasure.
Not at all. It lives in you right now, waiting. Not really to be discovered, maybe just to be practiced.
You don't need a different life, different challenges, more resources.
Nope. You just need to ask. What am I going to make of the circumstances I have right here, right now?
Which leaves us with that final thought for you, the listener, to take away. Something that comes directly from these sources.
Yeah, the good word can't really be spoken. It can only be lived.
So, what's specific good thing? Maybe just one focused breath, one moment of really listening, one kind word. When it's easier to criticize, what good thing will you practice today?
And who will you try to leave just a little bit better than you found them?